Welcome to The Explainer. We are all swimming in AI buzzwords right now. Agents, workflows, automation, it's a lot. So today we're going to cut right through all that noise. We'll build a really clear picture of what's actually happening, what really works, and where this whole thing is headed.
You've definitely seen the headlines. You've felt the hype. And look, OpenAI's Sam Altman is right. People are doing amazing things with AI. But behind all of that buzz, there's this whole new vocabulary popping up. And if you actually want to use these tools, well, you got to know what they mean.
It honestly feels like a flood of confusing terms, and they all kind of sound the same, right? But by the end of this explainer, we're going to slice right through that confusion. You'll see the clear differences, and you'll understand exactly what role each one of these plays.
So here's our roadmap. Think of it as a ladder of autonomy. We're going to start on the ground floor with the simple stuff, the prompts you're probably already using. Then we'll climb up a rung to rule-based workflows. And then all the way to the top with goal-based agents before we take a hard look at the reality of where this tech is today.
Okay, first things first. Let's start on the ground floor of our ladder. We're talking about simple prompts and large language models, or LLMs. This is the AI you already know and probably use. Your ChatGPT, your Claude, your Gemini.
At its heart, an LLM is a pretty passive system. You give it an input, your prompt, and it kind of thinks about it and spits out some text. You ask it to write an email, it writes an email. The key takeaway here is that you, the human, are driving every single action. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. That simplicity comes with some pretty critical limits. A standard LLM, right out of the box, it knows nothing about you, it can't see your private company data, has no idea what's on your calendar, and it certainly can't tell you the weather outside. It's totally passive. It just sits there, waiting for you to tell it what to do. And that is precisely why we need to climb to the next rung on our ladder. So how do we get around those limitations? Well, we take our first real step up the ladder and we land on AI workflows. This is where we go from just a single lonely prompt to a whole sequence of automated tasks. An AI workflow is basically a digital assembly line that you design yourself. It's a chain of fixed, preset steps. The AI isn't the whole factory here. It's more like one super powerful station on that line, and it just does the one specific job you told it to do. And here's a perfect example of this in the wild, using a tool like Zapier. The human sets all the rules. The trigger, a new file lands in Dropbox. Action 1, send it to ChatGPT to write some subject lines. Action 2, save those subject lines to a different file. It's a totally fixed path. If this, then that, then that. No detours. So the most important thing to remember here is that the human is the architect. You draw the blueprint, you define the entire path, you set all the rules, and the AI just follows your orders. But what if we wanted the AI to start making some of those decisions for itself? And that brings us to the top of our ladder. Let's meet the AI agent. This is where the game completely changes. We're moving away from just following instructions and into the realm of achieving goals.
Okay, so an AI agent isn't just another tool on the assembly line. It's more like a digital employee. You don't give it a step-by-step to-do list. No, you give it a high-level goal, and it has to figure out all the steps to get there all on its own.
Now, to do this, an agent needs a few key parts. It's got to have a brain. That's the LLM, doing all the reasoning. It needs memory, so it can remember what happened before and learn from it. It needs tools, things like access to your Google Calendar or a web browser, so it can actually do things in the world. And it has a brainstem, a core set of instructions that tells it how to behave. And the way agents operate is through this really simple but powerful loop called the REACT framework. It's constantly cycling. First, it reasons. Okay, what's the very next thing I should do to get closer to my goal? Then it acts. It picks a tool and uses it. Then it looks at the result of that action, and the whole loop starts over again. Reason, act, observe. Reason, act, observe.
And this slide right here, this is the whole ballgame. It boils everything down. A workflow is like a train on a track. It follows a fixed preset path because the human made all the decisions up front. But an agent is like giving someone a car and a destination. It figures out its own path to get there. It's dynamic, it's goal-based, and here's the kicker, the LLM itself is in the driver's seat, making the decisions.
Okay, so that's the theory. That's how it's supposed to work. But now we need to get real and look at where agents actually stand today. The potential is obviously massive, but how well do they hold up in the real world? As AI educator Blazing Zebra points out here, even though the potential is huge, today's agents can be, well, a bit flaky. a lot of people building with them find they can fail pretty unexpectedly. Now, this doesn't mean they're useless, not at all. But this idea of a fully autonomous agent running your business for you, we're not quite there yet. That's still a little bit science fiction.
And this unreliability really comes down to some very real challenges. Just getting it all set up and integrated is complex. The AI can still make mistakes or hallucinate, as they say. And this one's critical. You absolutely need guardrails, strong rules to stop an agent from making a catastrophic decision, like, issuing a huge refund it shouldn't have. And of course, you have to think about the people, the human concerns about how this will all change the way we work. But even with all those challenges, there's a reason for all the excitement. The payoff is real. When you get it right, AI automation has been shown to dramatically boost efficiency and slash errors. And ultimately, that frees up human teams to stop doing boring, repetitive tasks and focus on the bigger, more strategic work.
So it's pretty clear we're standing right at the beginning of a brand new era. We've climbed this ladder from simple tools to rule-based workflows, and now we're right on the edge of having truly goal-based agents. And that leaves us with this one big provocative question to think about. As this technology gets better and better, are we just building better assistants, or are we actually building our future colleagues? Thanks for watching.